What's up, everybody? It's the Crypto Ginger here. Just wanted to take a brief moment to go over some additional news here that I found very interesting regarding Ripple, the company, and the expansion of trying to get more companies to integrate xRapid, for example, into the back end of their companies for faster payment transfers and solutions there on a global scale. Here we have a new company set to launch this year called SendFriend, who has publicly announced that they will be using Ripple's xRapid to, again, lower the costs and increase efficiency for cross-border payments to places such as the Philippines. Interesting enough about this new company called SendFriend, it is a project that was developed at MIT by CEO and founder David Lighten. It was also the winner of the MIT Media Lab Translational Innovation Alliance Award, a pretty big award for a company like this right here that's just coming out. So understanding that we have a big connection between this company, MIT, and of course Ripple, that right there should absolutely stand out to everybody regarding, again, this particular kind of connection being made there. It's a little bit grander than I thought, but nonetheless, something else I found very interesting is that there were actually multiple backers of the company SendFriend to be, created, and of course these backers, I would imagine, all talk to each other when it comes to what they have to offer, and of course I would imagine they're all talking to the executives of Ripple as well. But those backers include Barclays, Techstars, Ripple, MIT Media Lab, Mahindra Finance, and MasterCard Foundation. Now, out of those names there, a couple of them should absolutely stand out to everybody. Again, Barclays, Ripple, MIT Lab, and MasterCard Foundation. If all four of those particular entities, those groups there, are talking to each other, they are backers of this new company SendFriend, then they all know exactly what Ripple has to offer there. So my guess is there's a good likelihood we could hear some sort of partnership later on down the road between any and all of these particular big names there. Now, this is my speculation just simply because we're seeing a tie between these particular backers here and Ripple. But nonetheless, Ripple, regardless of these particular additional companies there, they are making leaps and bounds every single day with the connections they're making and partnerships they're making with other companies. So keep all that in mind. Something else I found very interesting here. So recently, on November 2nd, someone on Twitter by the handle of Ripple Triple asks MoneyGram, when you launching xRapid? MoneyGram actually responds on the same day stating, hello. This is a pilot program being tested on internal MoneyGram international processes and is not intended for consumer use. It has been talked about in the past that there was a possibility that MoneyGram was testing xRapid. Now we have viable proof here from MoneyGram that they are absolutely testing it, but it is not on a consumer level use case yet. So this right here is something that could potentially change the game if MoneyGram happens to come out publicly later on down the road stating that they are absolutely going to be using xRapid, and it will be something on a consumer-based level just as well. I would guess that for the sake of what MoneyGram is doing and their competitors, this is going to be a game changer for them. We could then probably see the likes of companies such as Western Union. They've also tested xRapid. They could potentially come out and want to keep up with the competition such as MoneyGram and incorporate that as well. But again, this is all speculation at this point. Currently, MoneyGram has only stated that they are testing it in an international process phase. So again, keep that in mind. It's not for consumer use. I do want to say this. There's a couple additions of news here I want to go into, but nonetheless, the biggest thing that we have to keep in mind is that for any of this, and this is coming from David Schwartz from Ripple, stating that in order for the integration of xRapid to really be successful, the price point of XRP does have to go up, so that way that there can be a larger circulation of that end process while xRapid is in function. We can actually see that here in this article. Just to reiterate, David Schwartz states here, and I've mentioned this in the previous video. It says, when Bitcoin sold for $1, you couldn't really use them to buy a house or sell a house. You can now. Bigger transactions require bigger value. The higher the price of XRP, the larger the payment Ripple can target. So again, keep that in mind. The payment obviously will be targeted there if the price point of XRP jumps up. So that is what Ripple is trying to do, is make, again, a use case not only out of their protocol xRapid, but to integrate XRP as a bigger use case coin, so we can start seeing the price point of XRP going up. Once that happens, guys, then we'll start seeing it more utilized in the protocols such as xRapid. A couple additional things here before I move on. So Going back to the stock side of things, I've talked about that previously in the past, but I think that it has a huge effect when it comes to the cryptocurrency market side of things as well. And of course, we have additional experts in the stock side of things coming out stating that we could potentially see an additional drop in the stock, the Dow plunging maybe a little bit more. Here it's stating that David Stockman, another quote unquote expert in stocks, stating that there's an epic downturn here and we should be bracing for a 40% market plunge. And this is an addition to what we've already experienced in the Dow. So November 5th being a very geopolitical date for the midterms here in the United States, that could have an impact on this right here. If we start seeing a downturn in the actual stock market, the traditional stock market side of things, it could in some form or fashion impact the cryptocurrency market side of things. We've absolutely seen that as well. But I want to end this video off on a couple things. My last video I asked the question here, this is all based off of this article, what if the Ripple Riddler is right? And I bring this up because it does kind of talk about a little bit more of the important things happening on November 5th. One of those is something here that will be taking place today, and it has to do with Ryan Zagon, who's part of Ripple, and he's going to be at DC FinTech. And I'm going to click on this right here because I think that this is extremely interesting here. So Ryan Zagon posted on Twitter, looking forward to an amazing lineup at DC FinTech Week with Chris Brummel. I speak Monday on major developments in crypto with IMF, and again, I mentioned that in my last video here. What's really interesting are the links here posted down at the bottom, just simply because of people, doing their own research just as well. Things like this right here talking about the panel that's actually going to be there at this particular event. You have Ross B. Leklow from IMF, the International Monetary Fund, and of course, look at the very bottom there. You have Ryan Zagon, Director of Regulatory Relations from Ripple. Other members as well from different companies such as Coin Center, Lightning Labs, K2 Intelligence, and Zcash just as well. So some pretty big names going to be at this event here. And again, Ryan Zagon is going to be trying to talk on behalf of Ripple and what they might have to offer, especially for the International Monetary Fund. It's already been talked about previously that there might be a connection between the IMF and Ripple. Well, this right here is just simply a little bit more of additional treats, if you will, when you start seeing big names connected together here, talking about how the SDR could be something that is a crypto SDR related type of option later on down the road coming from the IMF. And now if that definitely happens and there's some sort of SDR replacement such as XRP, again, that's been mentioned, that could be absolutely huge on a financial and global scale there just as well. Something else I wanted to point out, Jim Richards happens to kind of emphasize a little bit on a question asked him. It says there was a gentleman, somebody going by the moniker Digital Nomad Investor, who asked originally the question, "Hello Jim, Christine Lagarde of the IMF says she can see digital asset coupled with SDR in the future. What are your opinions on this happening?" Jim Rickards says here, "It will happen, but it will be controlled by the IMF, not a bunch of freelance devs." So let's just think, guys, in regards to how big this could potentially be for XRP, the coin, how big it could be for Ripple, the company, and of course, if the IMF decides to take it upon themselves to actually have things such as a paired cryptocurrency asset like XRP to the SDR, and we understand that the SDR is just something that's going to be focused on as a global type of financial currency. This could absolutely be very, very, very big for, again, Ripple, the company, XRP holders, but also as well, banks all over the world and all over the globe will possibly want to get their hands on xRapid at that point in time. Because remember what I said about David Schwartz? If the price goes up for XRP, it makes it a more effective process for using xRapid. Well, what better way to increase the price point of XRP than having it paired or linked directly to the SDR from the IMF? You see how these little things can start subtly putting themselves together? So again, I think that November 5th, we might start hearing the process of some of these integrations here on a global scale. I want to apologize as well. My video about the Ripple Riddler there wasn't to say that November 5th we're going to see an immediate change in the price point. Please keep that all in mind. Nothing like that could happen unless we saw some parabolic bull run take place in the span of 24 hours. Can that happen? Maybe. Very unlikely. But I will say this, over the course of the next couple of months going into 2019 and all the way down to December of 2019, we could absolutely see the expansion of Ripple, the company, reaching out there and integrating into as many banks on a global scale. More importantly, we could easily see the price point of XRP start soaring because of all these connections being made there. So again, I just wanted to try to bring a little bit of information your way here. I know that it was kind of jumbled a little bit, and I'm trying to make sure I'm not stumbling over my words, but nonetheless, there are a lot of important key things taking place within the next couple of days, next couple of weeks, even the last couple of months here of 2018. So let me know what you guys think about this. If you find out anything as well that I've missed, please leave that in the comment section just as well. The dialogue with you guys has been fantastic. You guys are very, very intriguing, and of course, you guys have your knowledge down. So again, let me know what you guys think about this, and thanks for watching. Have a good day. And hey, if you enjoyed what you saw, please hit that like button. It definitely helps get this information out there to as many people as we possibly can. And also share this content out with everybody. And if you're new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button. This channel has been growing by leaps and bounds, and I could not have done it without you guys. If you really want to help this channel grow, please donate to my Patreon page. Even $1 a month would be amazing and would absolutely go right into my channel to make it more professional for you guys and allow me to create even more content. Thanks again for watching, guys, and have a wonderful day.